Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. We're the Movie Couple. I'm Wendy.
It's me, Dustin.
Oh my God.
And this is our review for the Super Mario Brother movie. I got you on that one.
The Super Mario Brothers movie stars Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Day, Jack Black, Keegan-Michael Key, and Seth Rogen. With help from Princess Peach, Mario gets ready to square off against the all-powerful Bowser to stop his plans from conquering the world. Wahoo! So we just came back from seeing the movie. Actually, we saw it separately. I saw a much earlier screening of it for a junket. You just came home from it. And this is a movie that I think for anybody who is a fan of Nintendo, a fan of Mario, there's a lot of us that grew up with this video game franchise. So we were very much hoping that this movie would not make it to the video game curse side of things.
Oh, very true, because it has fallen into that category before.
Not this movie, just
the
genre in
franchise
particular
has fallen into it before.
Oh, the
and
1993 film?
I mean, there are some people out there who like that movie and love it. Good for you. I'm glad you enjoy it. Me personally, I remember being very young, watching the movie, being super excited for it, and having those excitements dashed against the rocks, so to speak. But I have to admit, ever since we saw the first trailer, I was excited for this movie. I liked what they were doing with Bowser. I was a little nervous about Chris Pratt, but we'll find out later in our discussion.
You will find out later
in our discussion that, you know what? It did not bother me at all during the movie. Everyone did a great job in their voice acting, and the animation in this.
Yeah.
It was shown in the very first trailers. We were like, this looks really good. I love the animation. And it makes sense because Nintendo teamed up with Universal Studios Illumination.
Mm-hmm.
So they already teamed up with a great studio that can do amazing animation.
Not to mention that we also have Nintendo World now here at Universal Studios Hollywood, as well as it's available in Universal Studios Japan. Not sure when it's going to go to Orlando, but when you're working with an IP like Nintendo, that's pretty massive, they tend to be pretty strict. So I fully believe that Nintendo, all the people on their team, was 100% hands-on in both the film and the land, which is why we got, I feel, like such a fun, entertaining, and overall really good movie. So like Dustin mentioned, we were initially, when we first saw the trailer, we were kind of like, okay, so Chris Pratt, who voices Mario in the film, kind of just doesn't exactly sound the same as like normal, like his own voice, but it didn't feel like he did much to change it. So we were kind of thinking, what were they going to do with that? Because on the flip side, do we need like a woohoo the entire time? I
don't think I could have gotten through this movie if that's what we were going to get. True, they gave us a little sprinkling of it, a little taste of it.
Which is nice.
And I also like how they explained what they did with the accent in the movie. I think they did a really good job on presenting it and then moving forward.
Yes, and they did that right at the top of the movie, so you can just get over it and be like, cool, got it, accept it, let's move on to the rest of the story. So we won't tell you exactly how they do it. Some of you probably have already figured it out if you've been following all the marketing material, but no spoilers here, so you just have to watch the movie and find out, but just know that they did take care of it. The world building is really incredible. To get to see something that we've seen in our video games, the Mushroom Kingdom, and all the different stages in Mario, the music, the characters come to life in such a vibrant way, was so much fun. Like, I am not kidding, I was smiling like beginning to end. Just like, I felt like I was a little kid again, getting sat down with my dad, and he's like, this is Mario, and giving you that side-scrolling game. You're like, I don't know what this is, but I love it.
I like it.
Yeah, it just transported me back in time. So I had such a good time with it. As far as the story, I thought it was a fun, because if you think about Mario stories, it's Bowser has come to either take over a castle or to kidnap Princess Peach, and how do our heroes, which would be Mario and Luigi, rescue, people or, I guess, places out of the situation of Bowser. So that is essentially kind of the premise, but they gave a little bit more to Princess Peach.
Yes, they did. I like the fact that they did give a little bit more of a backstory to Princess Peach. I also have to admit that I just loved the design of the world that they created. Even though Wendy said that there was a little of like not the backstory, but the world building. I thought the world building was okay, but it was very simplistic.
It's surface level.
But it's just, what I loved the most was how it was designed and how they really did just bring everything that we've seen in the games to life, and it just was vibrant and colorful. Even the dark stuff that like, for example, the stuff that you see in the trailer with Luigi running away from all of the dry bones.
Oh, it gave Luigi's Mansion so much. There's a lot of paying odes to various games. Not all of them, because there's a lot.
There's a lot.
But some of the very recognizable ones, I think if you've played it, or if you've even pay attention to video games in general, not necessarily have to play it, your eyes will pick it up.
Mm-hmm. But just the design of everything was very well done. They put in a lot of fan service, but there was no more. I mean, the thing that they had the most fan service was the music. Every single scene, I wanted to just giggle a little bit because they had the... Yeah, exactly. Every little piece was in there, from when they did the cart stuff, from when they did the scary stuff, from when they did the Mushroom Kingdom stuff. Everything was so well, all of the music was so well placed and so well, tuned up a little bit.
Yeah,
so
it's composed by Brian Tyler, who, if you guys are, cinemaphiles and you're pay attention to your composers, he's done so many incredible, composed for a lot of music for incredible movies. And he kind of, like with Mario, he took what we knew and he amped it up, and it sounded so epic. I actually, when I came home from the junket screening, I went on the computer. I was like, "Is this available to download yet?" It wasn't at the time. I don't know if it is now, but I could listen to it over and over.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those soundtracks that you normally don't think of a good soundtrack from a video game movie.
Yeah.
But not only the video games music that they also had some really good, modern songs in there as well that fit very well, especially for some of the montage scenes. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. So overall, a really fun movie. I think it's perfect for all ages, honestly. You don't necessarily need to be, because there are people out there who have not laid a finger on like a single Mario game.
Yeah.
So I want, if you are one of those people who are watching this review, we don't want you to feel like intimidated into going into this movie, or like, oh, it's not for you. Like, no, it's for everyone, because it's Mario. It's very friendly. You don't need to know the lore of the game to understand this movie at all, but if you happen to know the game well, then you, I think, are going to really enjoy just seeing everything come to life. And then there's little things that they add on to various characters, and with a franchise like this one, I feel like they automatically always will leave room for a sequel. I'm not saying that there is going to be a sequel, but I feel like there is more story left to be told.
Yeah, and I think they left it open not just for a sequel, but they really could just super expand this universe. There's a few moments in the movie where I'm like, oh, they hinted at that. They're gonna go there. So if this movie makes money, which I really hope it does, is then we're going to be able to see this entire Mario Brother universe, cinematic universe, and I'm excited to see that.
Me too. So we have a rate. We're going to go ahead and get into our rating, and we do have a different rating scale. It's not like letters or numbers or percentages. So if you want to check out what that is, go ahead and check it out in the video description below. Dustin, what would you rate the Super Mario Brothers movie?
Overall, I had fun. The animation was amazing. The music was amazing. The fan service was great. I do have to admit, the storyline and the character building were a little surface. They didn't go deep. This is only an hour and 30 minutes long, so you have to get that story out fast and have fun. So I'm going to give it a check it out.
And my rating for the Super Mario Brothers movies is also check it out. I really think because it's so vibrant, so much fun, it is worth seeing on the big screen. And plus, when you're in the theater, sitting in there with like Dolby, whatever theatrical sound, what may not be Dolby, but if you choose Dolby, like your ears are going to thank you, because you're gonna be able to take in that epic music score, in the biggest way possible. So definitely check it out. We had so much fun. And let us know your thoughts on the Super Mario Brothers when it drops in theaters. And what are you most, like, which character were you looking forward to most seeing come to life? Let us know all that in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next review.